thought you are all noble lioness and tigress. Good evening to all of you. That makes the roaring possible. Dr. Madhumita on the stage, Srimati Balakrishna, Dr. Usha, Dr. Rukmini, Dr. Raghunathan, my girlfriend on the stage. I mean, she was confused. She was expecting my girlfriend off the stage. Okay. Okay, my girlfriend on the stage. And all beautiful, delicate, wonderful, enthusiastic faces over here. Good evening to all of you. Well, then I was carefully listening. The young lady wanted me to speak and get out at the first only. But then I decided, Rukmini, I am going to stay here. I mean, not Rukmini, Usha, I am going to stay here. You go and speak first. Okay. Well, then our ladies wanted to get rid of Registrar and Vice Chancellor at the beginning itself. But then we decided we shall stay here. Okay. Usha Rani first said one wonderful thing. She mentioned that women are with brain, women are able to think, they are brainy, and men are energetic. Dr. Madhumita endorsed it. She said women should use brain, should put power in the mind. Good, excellent. And I was observing, all of you are very smart and brainy. And then who arranged these chairs and tables? Not even a single lady student. It was all men's boys, isn't it, who arranged this stage? So unfortunately, Dr. Madhumita also confirmed, and Usha madam made the hypothesis that women are intelligently brainy, not only intelligent, intelligently brainy, to make every man work for them. Isn't it? So wonderful, right? That is why they have Women's Day, and on which day they recollect how many times we fooled men on the earth. Right? Isn't it? So how many times did we fool them? How many times they just fell down like that? Right? I mean, I'm talking in keeping my wife on the stage. You should understand what is going to be my fate in the evening. All right. Okay. All right. I shall just narrate one incident. We were in Mysore. Most of you know that I am from Mysore. It was a Sunday. My wife's friend came home. Of course, she was actually our colleague, and she became close to my wife, and she came home on that day. My wife said, "This is very thirsty. Can you drive us out? We want to have the tender coconut." I said, "Okay, good. It's a change. Okay, let me have the pleasure of driving two women to tender coconut." These two women sat in the hind of the car, behind the two chairs. In the car, they started chatting. And I was, on that day, Sunday, I was not, as Usha Rani mentioned, at home. My daughter has clearly said, "You are not a professor at home, you are not a director at home." She has very clearly said. Therefore, to make it more prominent on that day, I just had a casual t-shirt, went in to started driving the car. took them to tender coconut. Then the tender coconut, the person obviously was very happy to give the tender coconut to both these ladies, wonderful ladies, beautiful ladies. And then I was sitting in the car. Of course, I normally don't take tender coconut. I was sitting in front in the car on the driver's seat, and these people were chatting, and then this tender coconut man went to my wife and said, "Madam, the driver is so tired. Please get him a tender coconut. Shall I open one tender coconut for the driver also?" Right? Then immediately my wife, instead of talking to him, she turned to me and she said, "Can you not get decently dressed at least?" Okay. See, well, I know that I have employed you as a driver, but that doesn't mean that you should reflect that I have employed you as a driver for me. Isn't it? So she just started shouting, "Look at this." In front of the tender coconut businessman, I got the shouts on that day, and well, then I was wondering how far is Women's Day on that day. Well then, everybody has been telling there is no Men's Day. Why is May 1st? What is May 1st? What is that May Day for? That is for Laborers' Day. And it is for men only. Isn't it? Even if a woman is a laborer, the man of that woman still will be a laborer for that woman only. Isn't it? So May 1st is our day. All right. Women's Day is for you. May 1st is. I was very thrilled when Dr. Raghunathan mentioned that all 365 days or 364 days, they are respected. It is their day. I was very happy. And Dr. Rukmini, though came on time, right? She came on time, absolutely. She was not late. She came on time. And she said, "Thanks, Vice Chancellor. Thanks to registrar that you gave me the permission to come late." Never these ladies in this university ask for permission. They command permission. They just command permission. This morning, look at your Dr. Usha Rani also. The meeting was getting delayed. She wanted to go as a chief guest for Women's Day somewhere in the neighborhood. She said, 11 o'clock, I am going. She did not even ask my permission. Right? So this is only to confirm and assure all women, irrespective of the time from the time past, they are always at the commanding seat. Who ruled the entire Mahabharata? Do you think men ruled the entire Mahabharata? The whole war got started only because of a woman, Draupadi, and the whole war got ended because of a woman called Kunti. Isn't it? Had Kunti not gone, and had she not told Karna that you are my son, the war would not have ended. Right? And Draupadi decided to start the war. The whole Mahabharata is the story of only women and two prominent women. Right? And then, you look at Ramayana also. Who takes the pity on Rama? Nobody. Isn't it? The whole pity, the entire appreciation is only for Sita. It was only Sitayana, it is not Ramayana. It was really Sitayana. Right? And in fact, the best part of Ramayana is not even Sita. It was Urmila, who was the wife of Lakshmana. Right? That was the dedication. Like, tell me where women are disrespected. Maybe men folk might have taken them for granted. That is all. But that is not their mistake. Who spoiled the men? Mothers. And who is mother? Woman. Isn't it? So it is mother who has spoiled the sons. Like Dr. Madhumita herself was telling now, a son will be sent to school and a mother encourages son going to the school. Whereas the same mother keeps quiet when father tells, let your daughter be at home. Why should she not fight there? Why she should not be an entrepreneur? As Dr. Balakrishna said, man, every woman is a born entrepreneur. Where is born entrepreneurship gone then? You have got to stand up. You have got to feel not that you are equal, you are always a commander. Right? So, my only one more request is there, which is a very, very delicate request, very controversial request, because I am trying to pull all my courage to tell that to before these Andhra ladies. Andhra ladies, and also of course in Karnataka ladies also my wife is Andhra lady. Okay? They have made a big compromise with dowry. They know dowry is a menace, but still they have made a very big compromise with dowry. Some girls, some ladies are so happy indirectly that let my father pay the dowry. Gandhiji has very categorically mentioned, my dear girls, if you need to sacrifice the marriage, better sacrifice the marriage. Don't ever encourage your father or mother to pay the dowry, even though they can pay the dowry. Do you know why? Obviously, a man who sells himself for the dowry, isn't it? It's a man who sells himself for the dowry. The lady will be happy to marry that man who collects the dowry because the man has sold himself. There is no respect for that man. Right? And she can fully command over that man. Emra, kuchora. Right? And there are ladies who have suffered because of dowry. And I request you, my dear ladies, to take a oath. Forget about the past. Forget about the past, whatever has happened. You might have encouraged dowry, or you might have got dowry, or a man could be over smart, over intelligent in marrying from that family where there is only one girl. Right? Forget about that. Henceforth, at least take the decision that your daughters and the young daughters over here shall certainly and clearly tell that in the name of dowry, we shall not purchase a husband. Then Women's Day has a meaning. Then Women's Day has got a value. Then a woman becomes a celebrity. Even now she is a celebrity, but then woman has got to remain a celebrity. Well, then the money will not go anywhere. It is the principle of conservation of money. It will be there. Right? Money will not go anywhere. But then why this dowry? Why? Why do you want this? So you have got to do this. That is one my request. If a woman can rise to that level, don't find fault with your father and mother. My daughter even today finds fault with me. Then I tell her, look, if parents do a mistake, and if a young daughter like this finds out that my father has done a mistake or my mother has done a mistake, it is a great lesson. It is a big lesson which no professor can teach you. As parents, we should do mistakes that our daughters, our sons will understand that parents have done this terrible mistake, because on that day they take the decision that I shall not do this mistake. There cannot be a better lesson than that in life. This is what I always keep telling Shabana, who is our psychologist. Right? I always keep telling everybody. But respecting the parents should continue. Now that I am talking about dowry, I am not telling you disrespect your parents. I am not telling that. Right? But then, at least as educated, qualified, beautifully educated ladies who have given enough exercise to their brain, and I always thought that all ladies work with heart, and this is the time I am seeing all ladies here talking about brain power only. I thought it is only ladies who work with heart and men are heartless. That's what I was thinking. But now, ladies also have very categorically confirmed that we also keep the heart aside and we give only importance to the mind power, brain. So please, believe everyone has got a heart. Take decisions by heart. Allow your brain to modulate thinking, but decision has got to finally emerge from your heart. And when the decision comes from your heart, that decision should be such a strong decision that you are the superpower as a mother to tell your son that you don't get purchased, you should not be sold. You shall not go for dowry. And tell your daughter, come what may, you shall not compel your father or mother to pay dowry. It is your money. Where else it will go? It will be with you only. Let parents breathe their last. Till their last, let their property be with them. Then it is yours only. Nowhere else it will go. Right? I think the young girls over there, you should. I am with pain, I am telling this. There was one young lady from this institution who represented this institution at the highest level. She came to my office. I was so proud of this young lady. I went on talking to this lady, very wonderful lady. But then I asked her, would you mind paying dowry and getting married if your father tells I have found a handsome man, a big engineer, a big doctor, whatever it is? She said, she got totally confused. She did not know what is the answer. She finally, blinked and started telling. She did not have answer, first of all. And then she said, she accepted that there is nothing wrong if father pays the dowry. And this lady represented India at the highest level. Right? So I felt pain to what we have driven our young ladies in this country. Right? My wife knows, my wife is also a partner with me in doing this. There was one lady, there is even today, by name Professor Krishna Mishra at in Allahabad now. Krishna Mishra today is 87 years old today. Okay? She was such a courageous lady that one young man, when she was young, one young man proposed to her. She said, "We shall wait for some time." After this young man became an IAS officer, and by the time she completed her PhD, she went in search of this IAS officer and she said, "Will you marry me now?" She got married. Today she is 87 years old. She is a very, very powerful lady in biochemistry. And as Dr. Madhumita rightly said, even at that age, the contemporary the peers, the male peers were really troubling her. As director of IIIT Allahabad, I just took my veto power. I made a unilateral decision that she shall be a lifetime professor at IIIT Allahabad. Right? So people are powerful. As Madam mentioned, as Dr. Madhum, and as Dr. Balakrishna also mentioned, that people have got to be strong. One most interesting, beautiful point, today I was reading, whose legs are strong? I was reading today, whose legs are strong? Whose legs are have higher stamina? Today I was reading it. It is the legs of the ladies, not the legs of the men. And it is philosophical. What I am trying to tell you is, you should learn to stand on your own legs all the time, because your legs are highly powerful and made for that. Right? All right. Only one more thing I request. One, of course, is dowry. Second, don't get influenced by looking at the woman in the neighborhood. This is the greatest problem with any woman, for that matter. Of course, men are also same. Don't ever get disturbed. Change your decision by looking at the woman in the neighborhood. The woman in the neighborhood is the cause to make your husband a bad man in the society. Because the woman in the neighborhood would be enjoying on the bribes taken by her husband, and if my wife also compels me to take bribe, then tell me what is going to happen. Isn't it? Right? So don't ever get attracted by the women in the neighborhood, and change your decision. Women in the neighborhood, let her put her children into engineering education, into medical education, into whatever the nonsense education she likes to put, let her put. But that should not be the reason why you shall compel your son or your daughter to join an engineering or a medicine, even if he or she does not like it. Find out what your children really like. And women, you are born psychologists. Woman, your name is for patience. Woman, your other name is for cooperative living. Understand what your children like to be in their future. Don't ever compel by looking at the woman in your neighborhood. If you can take these two decisions, at least if you can think today to night, because tomorrow is Women's Day, By the end of tomorrow's Women's Day, if every woman can take a decision, come what may, I shall resolve and I shall live to this, then not only womanhood goes high, the entire universe shall go to a better height. Thank you very much.